top 5 things you should look for in a listing agent when you're going to list your home this year. If you're looking to list and it's been a while and you've sold a home or you haven't, there's a lot that goes into it, not only with paperwork and addendums, but rules and regulations, and the best way to list your home to get it sold. That's the whole point of this, is to get the most money for selling your home. So that listing agent has to be spot on. So starting with the top 5, number 1 is going to be always hands down pictures, filming, everything like that, that listing packet. So that listing packet, when they film, they need to take pictures, Matterport, video, staging sometimes. It depends on what packet they're going to give to you. But if you're just getting pictures and you're not getting video or Matterport, which is where you walk through the tour of the home, drone pictures as well, and along with maybe some staging if your home is vacant. If you're not getting that, or at least options to pick with your listing agent, that's already a red flag, because you should get multiple options. If they're just providing pictures and maybe pictures and drones, that's very old school nowadays. We're way beyond pictures and drones. You have to have either a tour, a Matterport, something virtual so people can see the home without having to click through the pictures and not be able to walk or watch the video. That's going to be number 1. That's top down, hands down, what's going on. Number 2 is what kind of presentation with their listing packet are they giving you? What do they offer beyond just the pictures and the video and everything else? How is their social media? How many followers do they have in town? That's crucial because everything's online. So they have to have a huge following, not just 1,000 or a few thousand. You need a huge following on Instagram, Facebook, social media. And that's how we also pick up clients. I get buyers all the time through our social media, and so do a lot of my agents. So social media is going to be crucial. Number 2, that's how big of a following do they have in town. Number 3, you really want to pay attention to their listing numbers, how much they want to list your home for. Now, of course, they're going to do a CMA. That's a current market analysis. The catch is if they're a newer agent or they haven't been in that area or sold in that area, all they're doing is running off numbers. They don't have a feeling for the neighborhood. And by feeling, I mean what's been sold 10 years ago, 5 years ago, last year. Because yes, we can run off last comps, but do they know there's like maybe a cult following? Is it like the only horse riding neighborhood and there's only 2 in the city? Or is it a great location because of X, Y, and Z that give a premium with the price? Or is there extra land where you don't find homes like this with this land on this peninsula? And I'm speaking of Olympia, Washington right now. So they need to have extensive knowledge, just not doing a CMA and saying, hey, here's the numbers, this is what's going on, but they have to be local. They have to know the resources or the area, or they have to have sold a lot in the area. So that's point number 3. That also correlates with point number 4. How long have they been in this business? How many sales do they have? What's going on with the market? Yes, you can always use a newer agent. That's fine. Everybody has to start somewhere. I get that. But when it comes to the home sale of your price, you need to watch out for red flags if they don't have the experience or knowledge or sales to really help you sell your home. That's crucial because with more experience comes more knowledge, which comes more negotiation, which knows how to do the paperwork, how to market, how to sell. Everything kind of rolls into one with that experience. And you know that with life as well. Everything's with experience. You have more knowledge. You've built that year up, that 10-year up knowledge plus, and that's where you get the great results. That's what I bring to the table, but you need to make sure you're checking each agent when you interview of how much knowledge, how much experience they have. Number 5, which that correlates to, and last one is, how many homes have they actually sold? This is where you want to look at their stats and their numbers and see everything else. References. I've been asked for references countless times. Here's my references. And I have all my clients that will reference for me good references. They'll vouch and say, yes, Ron knew what he came to do. Here's our goal. Here's what we're doing. We're steering the ship in one direction. And we don't take any detours. The whole point of your goal of selling and listing your home is to sell for the highest price and get it sold. There may be caveats. You need maybe a little extra time to stay in the home, or hey, we want to take this with us. Can we ask to make this remain on the sale, and so forth. There's all kinds of little stuff that go in the background. That's where you need an experienced agent to know all the different types of little loopholes and caveats that can hit, and septic pumping. Get ahead of that if you're on septic. You know, where's the well report? Do you have that set up? So anything that comes from the buyer, we can either 1, block because we've done it all, or 2, we have the paperwork to show them. So we're ahead of the game. If we're just trying to play catch up the whole time on the file because we haven't front loaded on that listing, it's going to be a hassle and a pain. So that listing agent will come in and go through how everything's going to work. Everything's going to be laid out. And then there are contingency plans. Plan A, plan B, plan C. If this happens, this happens, this happens. Here's what's going to go on. And they help you prep and get ready. They have a whole list of everything to get ready with the listing packet. That corresponds everything together. Those are the 5 tips. You want to make sure everything's lined up. You want to look for every single one of those items. If they're missing one of those, you may want to keep looking around for an agent. If you want someone that's experienced, that has all those 5 key points, call me. My name is Ron Rougeaux. Everybody calls me Captain Ron. I will sell your home for the highest price and get it done quickly in a meeting that knows what's going on. That's the whole point of this real estate listing is, if you have the experience or not, you know what to look for in a listing agent. And you know now the 5 points to look for. So even if it's not me, ask these other agents that you're interviewing, run through those 5 points. Go ahead and tell me, this should be a thick packet when they drop it down. And then you can look at everything else in between and then make a gut instinct. Will I get along with this agent? Do we correspond well? Communication's key. Do they communicate properly? Does it take 3 days to hear back from them? That's not a good sign, especially if you're starting off. It should be right away. All right, Captain Ron, I hope you enjoyed these tips. Have a good day.